Playing golf with that guy?
Yeah, well, I mean,
You guys knock it around a little?
yeah, we hit the ball plenty of times. We got our swings in, that's for sure. Well, Jerome, first of all, talk about the polls. You guys are picked third in each one. I know it doesn't mean much as a coach, but what do you think of just the respect of this
You know, it's appreciated. I think our players and coaches have worked very hard to be a program that, you know, we want to be in the elite part of our conference. But when you look at that, you look at the depth of that, I mean, the 7 or 8 teams could find themselves in the mix at the end, and maybe more. You know, you don't see parity like this very often. It's the best of what college football is all about. You know, any given Saturday, anybody can win. And I'm not here to throw a barrage of cliches at you this morning, but it's really true. That's how I feel about it.
What does it, I mean, last year was a prime example of that. You guys take a few hits and then all of a sudden it's a whole different season. What did you learn from that?
It's just like anything else. When you lose a player caliber of a Case Cookus like we did, it can have an impact on your season, and your team has to be able to respond in a way that matches what you lost. And I don't think that we rose our standard of play from the rest of the team the way that we needed to. There's always games on your schedule you think you should win, and in our conference, every year that gets less and less should. I mean, it's hard to win in this conference. So you got to bring your best, and when you lose a guy, you got to, the guys that can step up have got to maintain the standard of play. And you look at the teams that have done that; they're in the top at the end. The guys have stepped up, and no-name players come out of nowhere and fill the spot and find a way to contribute, and the team continues to roll. And so you look at the things that Eastern, North Dakota did. That's what they did well last year. Their team overcame their adversity, and guys stepped up. And so the strength of your team is in your depth and your ability to manage those situations.
What were your impressions of Case during spring? Did he shake off the rust and end up back to his old self?
Yeah, he does. We weren't sure. First of all, was his throwing motion going to come back the same way that it was? And he showed all of his arm strength, the speed of his release, accuracy, all there. We kept him out of contact for the most part, but he did everything else. So his footwork, his pocket presence looked very, very solid, and I think he'll be coming back with a chip on his shoulder.
Emmanuel Butler had such a physically dominant freshman year. It seemed like he really honed other aspects of his game last year and really adjusted to the amount of extra time. What sort of strategies?
He continues to grow and develop. I mean, his coach is Aaron Pflugrad, who's a very demanding position coach. And I think he's perfect for Emmanuel. Emmanuel doesn't go a day without corrections, and that has really helped him develop a mentality of every day is an opportunity to get better and never rest on your laurels. So being able to move him to inside positions has strengthened his ability to contribute. He's a lot more difficult to deal with when you're moving him around like we have been. I think that's probably the strongest part of his development last year.
I know you like Joe Logan coming out of high school, but were you surprised with the level of production he attained?
We just weren't sure, and when he played banged up for the last half of the year, because he ended up taking a lot more carries than we expected. But Joe has tremendous potential, and the thing that's funny is we get back Nate Stinson, who was ahead of him on the depth chart at the end of spring.
He's the helix kid.
Yeah, he's the helix kid. So getting him back, and then Corey Young, the drop down from Boise State was a real good get for us. So I feel like we've really strengthened our running back position with some guys that have a little bit different strengths. Corey's more of a physical guy. He's a 205-pound back. Coming out of high school, he got great open field speed, great change of direction. I'm not sure how he'd be in the box. And this spring, he looked real physical, difficult to tackle, and extra third efforts gives us a little different type of back.
with Coach Plow moving on to UC Davis, will the offense look different this year, just in scheme?
Whether Tim was here or not, we were evolving like we do every year. The more you get to know your guys and what you're capable of doing, just trying to evolve. I think we were seeing more extreme last year than we ever had before. I think 2 years ago, we'd see blitz, and now we don't see hardly any blitz, and people are dropping 8, doing that kind of a thing, and so it forces you to get better at the things you're not doing, running the football or taking the check downs, and being more patient. So I think it's just understanding that we're going to see a lot of different tactics, and it's our ability to adapt and to continue to play to our strengths.
Defensively, what's the key for you guys to find consistency like you desire?
So I think that Andy Thomas has done a great job in the offseason of really taking every player on our depth chart and evaluating their strengths, and designing the defensive schematics that are going to play to their abilities. I think just being a year older helps us on defense. We've been awfully young the last couple of years, particularly in the back end. We've got a bunch of juniors now that all have playing experience. I think that in itself is going to be an improvement.
Without big humans sitting over here in the corner now, you're kind of the longest tenured guy. So how have you got to this point? How have you been able to manage staying in one spot for 20 years?
I'm sure there's a lot of people who question the wisdom of that thinking. I just have been personally committed to building a program that will be consistent year in and year out at the elite level, and we're not there yet, but we're getting a lot closer. I think the improvements on our campus and our department have enabled us to recruit more effectively and to develop a stronger presence in the Southwest. As that has grown for us, I think the quality of our football team will continue to improve.
What's the biggest change you've seen at Northern Arizona, just in general? Because the school has grown so much.
Well, the infrastructure itself. I mean, you look at the landscape of our campus, and it's night and day compared to when I got there, and it's improved vastly. It's become more of a destination school rather than I don't even know where else to go. I don't want to badmouth anything or anybody, but 20 years ago, a lot of that was occurring. But now it's more, hey, I want to go to school there because there's a lot of things that make it worthwhile, and that's been fun to recruit too.
Last question for you then. Even though you have been at the same spot for a long time and you do have so much experience, do you feel any pressure coming in this year? What are your expectations from Northern Arizona?
It's the same as they have been every year, and we're like everybody else. We're fighting for a piece of the championship at the end. And we're looking at that right there, and the 7 or 8 teams have a legitimate shot of being there at the end. And that's not BS. I mean, that could be more than that. I don't think I've ever seen our conference quite like that. It's just gotten more parity every year. It makes it harder for us, that are returning at the same time. That's the strength of our league. Balance.